Ed Scott up to 9 in the country, an All-American 2 years ago. And this is one of the weight classes where NC State is hoping to score big points tonight.
Yeah, if you're NC State, you want to see Ed Scott come out and look for bonus points. At the Journeyman Collegiate Classic, he took 2 losses. As a coach, as the coaches in the NC State room, they want to see how Ed Scott is going to respond. Are those losses going to affect him, or are you going to come out and see some aggressiveness early on and look for big points? He's somebody that's known for going big. They call him the Ed Lock in Raleigh, and we'll see if we see one tonight. Already in on offense, attacking big. Could be a big throw here.
That's great position. But good defense from Conetta. Ed Scott has an ACC championship under his belt. He's looking for early points in round 1.
Like Conetta, very solid himself. He likes to dig an underhook with his left arm. He has a great high C attack from it. Ed also wants to be in an underhook position. So this is going to be a battle of underhooks. Ed will use his underhook to set up his fireman's carry as well, or he'll jack it up to look for his headlock or his body lock. So kind of a similar style here. Like to see who gets to their hook first and can score early.
A moment. And a quick turn. There's the takedown for Scott.
Yeah, Ed did a great job there of getting him in front head position and dragging to get to a takedown. Now he's on top. He's got a deep bar on this side. Scott's someone historically who's very good on top, looks for turns. If you're Conetta, you got to punch your arm through and be strong here. You don't want to give Scott an opportunity to tilt you up or work that half in on that side.
So blow the whistle. Scott nearly 30 seconds of riding time. Blowing out this first period.
Still Red. Stay legal with that pressure, Red.
Scott goes for that roll through. Just not going to have enough space on the edge of the mat.
Out of the mat, so they'll reset with 29 seconds.
And this is a little different than our other matches. Some of the, I mean, at 141 we had a takedown right away. In this and some of the other matches, guys kind of playing it out a little bit, hand fighting. We're right to action at 157. I think the fans love that. That's what Ed Scott wants to do. He wants action. He wants to score a ton of points and work for a bonus point decision here.
And our apologies, 125 now on the clock. They reset it. So officially halfway through this first period.
Still Red. Still Red. One green, you're neutral.
Good escape for App State with Randall Diabe in the 5th year. He's a 2-time qualifier, the top assistant in this weight class, 157.
Center.
See Ed getting back to that underhook. He's looking for this headlock. He's great here. He can crunch it and bring it down.
There's the crunch, and there's the position for the takedown.
I think what you saw there is Conetta felt himself in a bad position. If I keep fighting this, I could go to my back. I'm better off maybe putting my arm down, giving it the takedown, and live the fight another day as they get back to the center.
A chance for a quick word from John Mark Bentley.
38 seconds here. Very critical that Scott wants to ride this period out. 6-1 going into the second is a lot better than 6-2. Conetta on the other end, you got to work to get an escape here with short time.
And with over a minute of riding time, that extra point becomes a factor. Conetta in a jam with 20 seconds, needs an escape point. Hold on a second.
Ed's got him on his back. He's in trouble here. Conetta's in big trouble with the big half Nelson. 10 seconds. Ed's got short time to get this done.
Bonus points counting. Chance for the pin. Ed Scott, 1 second. Hangs on for dear life. And bonus points for NC State.
Wow. And Ed Scott follows what Conetta was rolling a lot in that first period. He feels that roll. He sinks a half, gets him to his back. Conetta, what a great job of fighting off his back, though. So you'll see here, Conetta goes for a roll. Ed times it, sinks the half in. You also see a penalty point on Conetta for grabbing the singlet. In my opinion, sometimes you got to do anything you got to do to fight off the pin. A good idea for Conetta there.
Yeah, saving 1 point to avoid the total point.
For sure, for sure.
So it's 11-1 and riding time. And NC State on bottom to begin this round. keep in mind, if you want that tech fall or 5 points, you have to win by 15 or more.
And with that 3-point takedown and 4-point back points, the score's already 12-1. You're immediately thinking, I want to go get a tech fall. I want to get my one, which he did. 2 takedowns makes this a tech fall.
This is almost self-defense mode then for Conetta, right? The next minute and a half.
Well, I think you need to regroup a little bit. The score's kind of gotten big very quickly. How can I slow things down a little bit, get to my number 1 attack, get myself back into this match, and get some momentum on my side? This is a hard matchup for Conetta. Ed Scott has just been very, very good. An All-American, like we said. He's been in the NC State lineup for a long time. He's very good with that underhook, and that's also where Conetta is good. So he's going to have to find his offense from here, as he does in the underhook.
And Conetta gets the takedown. Great grab of the knee there.
Yeah, great job. Like I said, getting back to his number 1. He got to his hook. He put Ed Scott in a position where he was getting an angle, and then it was an easy takedown as he drives over that far knee.
State point there for Ed Scott, top 10 wrestler, coming in at 157.
Fingers.
Would have finished 5th place 2 years ago.
Keep those hands legal.
Great shot by Ed to get in on that leg. He wants to finish quick to avoid a scramble here as he's looking for a bottom leg cradle. Conetta slips out of it, drives through the far knee. Great takedown.
12-point lead with 20 seconds to go. All in line for that major decision here in round 2.
Yeah, it could be a big ride out here. 15 seconds. You don't want to give up any easy points if you're Scott on top. She looks to get a great breakdown. Impressed by Scott on that takedown. All of his other takedowns really came off that underhook. He switched it up a little bit. Instead of punching underhook, he does a little bit of a pass by with his forearm, create a different angle, get to a different attack, and finish.
So entering the 3rd period, it's 16-4, and that riding time point will, barring a miracle here, will go to NC State.
Yeah, and you can tell right now, both of these guys are definitely feeling it. It's a lot of hard wrestling for 5 minutes, and to still have 2 minutes on the clock. You know, Conetta's not out of this match. So like I said, with the 3-point takedown, things can change quickly. You want to see Ed be able to put this match away. You're up by 12. Can you go get 2 takedowns in the 3rd period to win? If you're Conetta, can you get back to that offense, your underhook, and get yourself back in this match, possibly saving a bonus point in the dual meet score?
NC State's won the last 2 matchups with that injury DQ as well. Scott turning. Look at Scott getting position.
Great job beating the dive roll. We've seen that a lot with college wrestling. More guys are grambling as they leave their feet. The best way to do that is to slam the guy's hips into the mat. That's what Ed did there and got a great takedown.
And then you're able to get control with that outside hip, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Rest on the edge, gentlemen. Rest on the edge.
19-5, right on the edge of a tech fall as they'll reset.
Yeah, minute 10 left here. The coaches are going to want Ed Scott to go get another takedown. And this is exactly what they were looking for him. Out of some tough losses last weekend, how are you going to respond in your home gym against a tough, scrappy App State wrestler who's just been improving each year? Are you going to go out and be offensive and get back to your stuff? And that's what we're seeing.
Ed Scott has secured the riding time point. So visualize in your mind, it's 20-5. Pardon me, 20-6.
Yeah, and you have some time here if you're Ed Scott, but you definitely don't want to wait. You know you're tired. You want to just stay in the zone and go get it right away. The longer you wait, the harder it is to score. Kind of see him force that shot a little bit. Conetta gets to a good position to kill some time here. Great high C by Scott.
That gets the position, and now a chance. And there it is. Big bonus points for NC State. Ed Scott stepping up.
Yeah, really great performance there by Ed Scott. I think that's really inspiring to see if you're an NC State fan. On the other side, Conetta stayed in there and scrapped. I think some rules that he did didn't go his way. I think you got to stay baseline a little bit, getting to your feet. But, that's a tough lesson to learn against someone that's experienced as Ed Scott.
When we come back, we have one of the biggest bouts of the night. Ed Scott getting on the board. Biskins doing as well. Some bonus points here for NC State. And we got the biggest matchup of the night when we return. 165 after this.